Well, Rory, welcome to Bedford Blues and Goldington Road, joining us for the journey in the 2024-25 campaign. Just first of all, can you just start us off with your thoughts to joining the club ahead of what we hope is going to be a very exciting championship campaign?
Yeah, no, massive opportunity for me. It's brilliant to be able to join a top four championship club coming straight out of uni. And I just hope that I can kind of add a bit of emphasis for myself and be able to move the team forward as best of my abilities. And obviously, with the great players around me and good coaches, it should be a doable job. So hopefully, I can help us get a bit further up that league table or just get the better results that we need.
The university system has been something that the championship has thrived off in recent years. The names are endless that have then gone on to the Premiership as well. In terms of that pathway, you've seen it here at Bedford. We've had a few players in recent years. I guess for you, it's just hitting the ground running and trying to be the next name on that list going forwards.
Yeah, massive. So I came from Newcastle. So we play in the Premier North one. So it's like the tier below Superbucks. So probably got a bit less recognition behind it. But we've had a good 3 seasons trying to push into that Superbucks level and played a lot of Superbucks teams over that 3 years. As you can say, the names are endless from the teams coming from Superbucks, but also recognition's got to be said from boys who are going to Nottingham and people going from Brunel to Ealing who are in that league and doing well in the Championship now. So as you say, I just hope I can put myself as another name on that team sheet and on that list of players who are doing well in the Championship and then potentially pushing through to the Premiership. But that'll all happen in good time if I'm doing my job and playing well.
Without sort of research, fans might be struggling to work out the connection of why you come to Bedford Blues, having been in Newcastle, but that local link is actually stronger than what many people would think. A Saints DPP earlier in your career, and you live pretty close. That's going to help as well with that integration coming into a new squad.
Yeah, massively. So I've followed Bedford from probably when I was 15, 16. I remember going to 1 or 2 of the games when I was younger, which would have been about 5 or 6 years ago now, but still followed them quite closely, having followed the champ anyway. Yeah, as you said, and went through the Northampton age grade stuff to 18. I was unfortunate not to get a contract, but I've still stayed quite close in contact with some of the coaches and stuff. And Bedford's always looked like a good option for me to be able to come back when I finish uni and kind of start my rugby off fresh. New group of players, new group of coaches, and an environment I know that's really good from players from the academy who've told me how much they enjoy it. So it just seemed like a bit of a no-brainer, especially as you say, with the living circumstances and the location-wise. It just seemed like a really good opportunity for me to hopefully push on forward with my personal career, and then obviously, as I said before, hopefully help the team in a positive way.
I'm not sure if he coaches the university specifically, but the links that we have up north with people like Darren Fern and things like that. Were there many people that you spoke to at the time about coming to Bedford? Is that link stronger than maybe people would be thinking about? Have you had much conversation with people about what coming to Bedford is going to be like?
Yeah, so Daz was my coach actually. Darren was my coach for the last 3 years in Newcastle. I think he had a bit of playing time down in Bedford, but I told him that I was in talks with Bedford, if you want to call it that, around potentially moving down here. And he got in contact straight away with Mike, and they had a bit of a conversation about me and my pros and my cons, I assume. And Daz also painted the club in a good picture because obviously when he was here, he said he really enjoyed it. He said it's somewhere he thought I could thrive, and he's always been really good at kind of putting boys from Newcastle in good positions all over the country with the links he's got. And it kind of came to fruition that this was another good link he had. And he put me in contact initially and then managed to kind of thrive off that and hopefully move forward.
You have got, I'd say, limited championship experience. That would be fair to say. A couple of appearances at Ampthill. There was also a few appearances in the Premiership Rugby Cup for Newcastle Falcons, a sort of a guest player in inverted commas, I guess. How did those 2 opportunities come about? And I guess a little bit of a benefit that you do have some what I would call senior rugby experience before coming to join us here permanently next season.
Yeah, no. So the Newcastle one first came about, I think it would have been start of 2021, 2022 campaign with Newcastle. Obviously the Prem Cup games back then used to be played just against Prem teams. So I just got picked up by the head of academy there and said, "Do you want to come in for training?" And then ended up playing against Wasps, Sale and Northampton, which is a really good experience for me. Thought I went really well. The coaches are really happy with me. In the end, didn't end up getting a contract or anything there. But then carried on plugging away and spent my pre-season at Ampthill that season anyway. And then come to the end of the season, ended up playing 2 games for Ampthill, one against Nottingham, one against Coventry. So I had a lot of championship experience that year. And then in my 3rd year, I thought it was best to focus on my studies, try and get a good degree, and then come back into the fold. I mean, I knew I had the ability to be able to play in that league with that physicality and stuff, but it was a matter of kind of prioritising the right thing at the right time.
In terms of joining us at Bedford, it would be fair to assume that supporters won't know too much about you. Sort of second row is a key position here at Bedford. We've had players make the jersey their own for a number of years. Supporters will have their favourite second rows. I'm not asking you to necessarily compare yourself to players because that would be difficult in terms of that. But what sort of second row do you see yourself as? How do you want to come in and put your own stamp onto things here at Bedford?
Yeah, I think it's massively important. As you say, the second rows have made the jersey for a number of years, and I'd probably put that down to the ability to be kind of the longevity. I mean, it's obviously a very physical position. You've got to keep yourself in very good condition, stay injury-free. So, yeah, the physicality is massive. And then, obviously, set piece goes without saying. Obviously, props are known for their scrummaging, but second rows like to think they help out a tiny bit. And then around the park, just, being physical. And then not to mention the line-out's obviously a massive staple for them all as well. And then also to give the backs, who I know at Bedford are very strong, give them a launch play to be able to move forward and hopefully score the majority of the tries. So, line-out calling, more defence, line-out defence, all that stuff is key for a second row to kind of, 1, keep that position, but also 2, do a good job and do their role, which is obviously massively important in the grand scheme of things.
You join a pack at Bedford where actually in your position, a lot of transition this year. We've lost a Century Club appearance holder in Jordan Onajaf, who's retired. Robin Williams has left for Hong Kong, played a lot of games, won Coach's Player of the Year. Still not sure what's happening with that Alex Wolford, but hopefully we'll see him back for pre-season. But in terms of the overall pack, a lot of experience in there. Players that played a lot of games. James Fish is kind of vice captain, is captain in some games. It's going to be experienced. You've now got a forwards coach in Tom Cruise that's played more Premiership games than I've had hot dinners in my 26 years on this planet. There's a lot of chance for you to learn as well as trying to put that stamp on things here. And I guess it's just that opportunity that you're going to take with both hands.
Yeah, that's massive. I mean, we spoke about the experience I've had previously. Obviously, it's pretty limited. I've been lucky enough to train with a lot of good players, play against a lot of good players, and obviously be coached by a lot of good coaches. So that's important, but nothing more important than, as I say, playing with those good players and training with them good players and being able to kind of pick their brains on the knowledge they've got to be able to help me. I'm still young, only 21, and these players who are going into their late 20s, early 30s, as you say, played 100, 150 plus Premiership games or even Championship games, are going to have a lot more knowledge than me. And if they can kind of disembark that onto me, hopefully I'll be able to use that to the best of my abilities and then kind of mold it into my game and make me a better player, which then in the grand scheme of things hopefully helps the team become better as well. So, it works both ways. I'm really keen to learn off the more experienced players. And I think that'll definitely help me. And they'll definitely be hopefully welcoming to answer a few questions I've got, because I'm sure there'll be a few.
Yeah, you join a club here at Golden Road. We're very proud last season to get over 3,000 average attendance. You've spoken about coming to Golden Road. You would know obviously how big crowds we get here. Just to end on finally, is there a sort of special message that you have for our supporters going into the new season? 2 fourth-place finishes. There's a lot of happiness around the place. You join a squad that's going to be looking to push on. Is there just a sort of special message to try and get the fans on your side straight off the bat?
Yeah, no, I'm just truly honoured to be able to join such a good club, as you say. 2 top 4 finishes is massive. I just want to be able to put my stamp on this team and hopefully help us move forward in the right direction to maybe get top 3 this season or in seasons to come. And I'm just really happy to get started.
Perfect. Well, Rory, I'm sure the fans will be backing you all season. Look forward to welcoming you to Golden Road officially on Monday to start pre-season, and I'm sure we'll catch up in a few weeks' time once we've cracked on with our pre-season schedule.
Thank you.